Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Dickson Fields in Canberra for the Australian Under-22 Championships. My name's Chris Stevens. I'm here with my co-commentator, Amy Chang. Hi, Amy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's a very windy day here in Canberra. We've got a bit of sun and a cross-field wind coming down.
That's right. Last game, the wind was the same. It was not sunny, but now we've got some sun, but still very windy.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Victoria mixed versus ACT mixed coming up for your viewing pleasure today. I was watching the teams warming up in this wind, Chris, and they seemed a little, seemed to struggle with the disc a bit in the warm-ups. A couple of drops, a couple of shaky throws. So we're really hoping to see them just clean up the act in this game.
Yeah, hopefully they got all that out in the warm-up,
yeah,
and the game will be a little bit more free-flowing. But we'll see how it goes. The wind last game was up and down. It was blustery, so sometimes blowing a gale, sometimes the offense seemed very smooth. So I'm expecting the same for this game.
Yeah, hoping to see a little bit of zone as well.
I imagine there'll be a lot of zone.
yeah.
And maybe some match. See how they go.
Yeah, great.
It looks like Victoria Metro have the pull. Yes, they're playing defense from the left of screen, and they're going upwind towards the right of screen.
Very good. There goes the whistle, and the pull goes up.
First pull, nice pull, lands in and rolls out of bounds.
Looks like they're taking that from the sideline. Blistery win and some match defense.
We'll see what the ACT offense decides to do. Are they going to muck around with it heading downwind, or are they going to shoot it early, which is seemed to be the case a little bit.
Oh, and an early drop in the game with Victoria now on defense. It's a hard throw to do in the wind when the wind just pushes the disc down immediately.
Here's Wagner bent down. He's a big person, bent right down, couldn't quite hold on to it.
Nice little flick close to the end zone now. Looking to move the disc. Getting quite high in the stall.
Good field cut there. To the middle.
Put back in that same position. They'll want to keep moving this disc, and there we go. Victoria with the first point of the match.
Nice tight throw there by the handler. Not much of a lane to throw into, but it was fast and low into the wind. Good catch there by Lewis Fitter. That's a upwinder first point.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, very good for Vic Metro.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that one.
Yep. Okay. Nice clear there. Opens the space up. It's a tough throw.
Yeah.
Good catch.
You can say they're using the right side of the field quite a bit. Any sort of break throw upwind into that left side, you would expect that disc just to go up and away. So
that's right. Exactly. That's Matthias with the assist. A lot of control. Now ACT have a upwind offense.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're a bit harder now, having lost that first point, but if they can punch it in, they'll be back on evens again.
That's right. Now at this point, the 7 players on the team, there are 4 women and 3 men this point. The previous point was the opposite, and we'll be going, the rule says that every second point you swap now. So this is what's a point called 4 women point, 4 women, 3 men. The ACT offensive line has 3 very tall men in it, I have to say.
They sure do. They're just towering over the rest of their teammates.
Oh, here's the pull by Vic Metro.
All right, coming down, and they've
lands in as well.
Picked it up, and looking like a little zony defense from Victoria. Just the right thing to play.
That's right.
Oh, just tipped by a Victoria defender. Was it the wind?
I don't know. It made the disc turn. I think it was a slight little tip and made the disc turn over and make it possible to catch. It's rolled, unfortunately for the ACT, rolled all the way back to the end zone they're defending. So they'll be defending from the goal line here.
They'll want to stop this one going into the end zone, otherwise they'll be down 2-0. Not a great start to this game.
No, not this early in the game.
Yeah, they'll have to turn on right now. All right, setting up and picking up the disc.
Got Thatch with the disc.
Oh, a little easy flick.
Easy flick to Ensa for the goal. About a 1 metre pass.
Do love those 1 metre passes. They're always risky and your heart's pumping, but if you can get it off.
That's right. It's hard to catch sometimes. You've got a very short time to react, but Ensa seemed to have no trouble, and it was nice and a lot of spin on it, so it was nice and easy.
Is that the secret to, you know, controlling the disc in the wind?
As much spin as you can. That's right.
And just watch a replay of that.
The defender just stepped behind, and he was able to step forward and get that.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
very
nice.
controlled disc.
Was. Hey, quick start by Victoria Metro, 2-0 up.
Geez, ACT have got to just, you know, really focus now and get some points on the board.
That's right, but it is early in the game, so they can catch up. They've got a chance to get a downwinder here, and then work hard at the upwinder next point.
Again, with the tall men on the line, I'm hoping to see someone just, you know, use this wind and huck it straight down the field.
So they tried a few too many passes, probably in their half. Last point, turned over, gave Vic a easy shot, close shot at the end zone. So we're thinking maybe this time they'll be throwing it long a bit earlier. And like I said, with those 3 very tall guys and a tall lady out there as well, she's on the end.
They say shake what your mama gave you. Well, we're saying, you know, throw what the wind gives you.
That's right, exactly. Oh, a short pull, only just made halfway there.
Coming up, looks like they'll be taking it from the sideline there.
Yeah, Wagner picks it up. There is someone cutting deep. Doesn't throw it to her. Looking for the undercut. Not much happening there. Oh.
Picked up with one hand.
Yeah, that was a sharp catch.
Looking to center it now. The dump's moving. Can't quite get there. And catches it. Right on the sideline.
Well, he's out of bounds, Patel. Tried to toe the line, I think, but he must have been just out.
I can hear the Victoria sideline yelling, "Sort it!" Looks like they're not the only team looking for a long pass.
That's right. Shaq, great crossfield pass. Oh, just overcooks it there.
Yeah. This wind's really messing with their heads, I think.
Yeah, look, and the wind as well is not, it's not going just straight up and down. There's diagonal across the field, which makes it hard.
A big one.
Patel, a big throw. Oh.
Might be a call there. Looks to be a little discussion.
Yeah, goes up.
Oh, that Vic girl looks like she's just come on top of that ACT player, but the question here will be, did the ACT player have a grab of that disc? And
yeah, look, Rebecca Heisman, she had good position. I'm not sure she had control, so it might be a foul. It looks like game advisor signal suggests it's an uncontested foul, and they're taking it. So Heisman has possession, but she needs to, she'll tap the disc on the ground and they'll walk back out to the line, try and score the goal. I'm tapping this again, there you go, taking it out. So it is an uncontested foul.
There we go, she'll want her teammates in there real quick now.
Hope someone hits that corner hard.
Yeah, centering it.
Nice swing.
Looking now, a little inside, it just goes over the top of her head and out the back of the end zone.
Had a bit too much bigger on that one, Patel, didn't he? Just went up over her head.
Victoria.
Sorry, you go, Amy.
Victoria looking to, I guess, set up. I was going to say Victoria bringing the disc up, and ACT look to be setting up a zoney look here.
Yeah, there's definitely a zone. There's a few people marking areas and not players, isn't there? Yep.
Not much happening downfield either. There's a lot of crowding around upfield.
Yeah.
Handlers have control, and they still got control, and that shot goes up in the midfield. Looks like they've broken the zone now.
Yeah, got it right down to the end zone. And we're having a shot soon.
You've got 4 handlers back playing against a 3-person zone, so if they can keep moving that disc really quickly, they'll be able to break through.
That's right. Oh, a little bit of a bobble, but Hendrickson's able to catch it anyway.
That's right. Continuing to move the disc around, and the more you swing that disc around, the more you'll tire out the zone defense.
And then the spaces will open up. Not in there.
Not quite in.
This is Shaq with the disc. Must be right on the end zone line.
That's
They're
right,
being very patient, Victoria.
Yeah, very patient. That wind's really picking up now.
Yeah.
Not really taking any risky shots into the end zone. Oh, there's one. And
yeah, it must be very close. Like they're almost in from my position.
Yeah, that's right. Just gonna keep passing it.
There's Liao with the frisbee. She pops up a little hammer. Oh, and gets her hand on it there.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of patience with the hammer up.
Oh, ACT coming out with a big one. It's just defended body defense by number 25.
That's Vanessa Chan, hits her in the back. And chasing hard.
Yeah, that's good. The back defense is my second favorite one, just after the head block.
That's right, exactly. Walters picks up again. That one goes up in the air over the top of Henriksen. Can't quite get it.
ACT bring it down again. It's in their possession now.
Yeah, second block of the point.
Nice. Also, ACT looking quite patient with the disc as well, just wanting to move it around.
Blackburn tries to hit Wagner.
Possibly too patient.
Yes.
Another turnover. Vic looking to score. Straight up. A little bladey flick into the end zone. Who's going to come down with it? Oh, it was almost Victoria sailing over the heads of two of their players, and ACT picks it up again, retaining possession. Oh, down for player goes. Oh, and there's a little bit of a fumble just there.
No call on the play. Well, both teams a bit high risk, those last two shots.
Yeah.
Thrown to contests.
That's right.
Yeah.
Their A option, wouldn't say they were the best option, but if we keep seeing this sort of play, I think it will make for an exciting match.
Yeah, it will, definitely. Both teams tried to be a bit safe for a little while, but now they've thrown up the speculators, and now they're back to a bit more standard O. The wind has dropped just a little bit all of a sudden. Good chance for Vic Metro to play some a bit safer offense.
That's right.
Move it up the field.
That's right. You'll notice with the Vic offense as well, they're not really popping, or they're kind of keeping their position on the sideline.
I think having the four handlers back allows them to go around that zone, doesn't it, rather than try to go through it too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they're wanting to make any real progress, they'll have to start looking to get through that zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Losing a couple of meters now, and I think the zone's doing exactly what they set out to do, which is basically make the handlers throw as much as possible and make them stay still.
That's right. The least amount of time they can go forward, and the more throws they have to throw. Oh, yeah. And they lose patience and do something a bit more speculative, like that one.
Couple of specky throws in this long point.
Yeah, crossfield hammer.
Yeah, that's right. Not going to lie, I do love a crossfield hammer when it comes off, though.
Yes, that's right. Blackburn with the disc can't quite connect with Wagner again.
That was looking like a similar cut when they dropped it before.
Yeah, it was the same two players, I think, as well. Similar cut. They're throwing downwind, and sometimes it's hard to throw downwind because the... oh, so you catch that. That is amazing. I think that just got tipped, and then it was caught as well.
It's almost the second most important job is always be there for the scraps, you know?
That's right.
Oh, Victoria very close to that end zone now.
Yeah.
I think they just
there we go.
back it up.
Finally got it. That's Hannah Sears with the goal. I think she caught the scraps over on the other side of the field as well when that disc got tipped. So good point from her.
Yeah, good hands, good vision.
Yeah. And the throw to the end zone that time was a bit safer than the little hammer the previous point.
Sure was.
Yeah, so pretty hard to defend that ACT.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think Victoria will be quite happy with the way how safely they're playing. And if ACT comes down with that zone again, well, I guess we'll expect to see a lot more swinging from the handlers and a lot more of that safe movement. That's
right. They seem to have a lot of disc control, and the throwing upwind hasn't seemed to bother them too much. Yeah, 3-0 up now.
3-0.
Yep. A bit longer point, that one. The first 2 points were very quick. That one took a lot longer, but ACT still not on the board. Something about the Victorian Metro team. They were selected in August of this year, speaking to their coach before the game, and they've been playing the Albert Park League in Melbourne together for the last 3 months to try and build up some connections and familiarity. So, yeah, they've been playing together at least every week for the last 3 months. So
I think that's quite special for a state team.
I think so, especially under 22 level, right? They're, yeah, and you can see it. They seem very comfortable throwing to each other, so it seems to have paid off. There's a big downwind pull here.
All right, that pull coming down, and he grabs it with one hand.
One hand left-handed, that was amazing.
Gutsy, risky catch, and we get it again.
Oh, and it's going again.
Oh, no, just going up, and it's coming down. Yes, got it again.
Two good reads, I have to say. 2 passes, and they're almost at the end zone.
A little chilly now, looking for his dump.
Yeah.
Got a few.
There you go.
Oh, and a flick it to the end zone and just doesn't make it with Vic. A Vic defender well positioned there to slap that disc onto the ground.
Looks like ACT have decided to put away the sideways throws, and we're only throwing downfield now.
Some risky throws paying off. I think that's this is good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to score upwind, sometimes you have to throw, be a bit risky, and hopefully you can get a catch, and then you've got a much better chance.
That's right.
Oh, that's a nice throw.
And he's in.
Yeah. Miles.
Yes.
There's 2 lines on the field. I think he towed the line, but it was the line that's well inside.
Oh, that just goes up and it's caught down by Vic. You might see on the screen that those discs going into the center of the field are going to be pretty tricky to come off, and Vic have just turned that disc now, a little fumble.
Just didn't quite get his hands clean on that one. Riley Wood, little drop. Zach Harding throws it, pops up. Oh, great D there by Rain Chu. Got it very high.
Little knock there, but it's no call, and it looks like they're centering that disc again. Centering and dropping straight through their hands.
Another fumble. Oh, and a big throw.
Picked up again by Victoria's defender.
I think it's his second block, Riley Wood, for the point.
It's notching up those statistics.
That's right. Oh, and another fumble, but he holds onto this one, and there he's decided, I'm getting rid of it.
Just going to sort it.
But there is a... Oh, what a... Oh, I thought he caught that. Bit of a height difference there, but the Victorian guy, he got a full hand on it. It just slipped out.
It was unlucky.
Yeah.
ACT now having the very unenviable job of moving that disc upwind and turning it again.
That's right.
Oh, about 20 metres out from their end zone. I'm almost feeling the frustration of ACT right now. They're bringing that disc to the opposition's end zone, but they just cannot convert those points.
Can't quite get it there. And then Victoria, they definitely look a lot more comfortable with the disc, don't they? Now the wind's died as well, and so just at the right time for Victoria. Oh, saying that, still getting pushed into the ground.
That's right, not quite enough spin on that disc.
That's right. The downwind is just as hard as upwind sometimes if you don't put the spin on it.
Sure is.
Upwind it pops up, and downwind it gets pushed into the ground.
Victoria setting up on a zone look now.
So Zach Harding picks it up again. This time he's a bit more control.
Playing a bit of short ball.
They are.
Playing a bit of no ball. That stall count's going up high.
Yeah. That's Ryan Chu again. I think that's his third block, I think, for the point.
Excellent. As a foot goes up.
Oh, good catch from the blade. It was coming in fast.
Yeah, sure was. Manages to catch it straight into his chest. Just great catching technique. Oh, look, a 5 centimetre pass straight into the end zone.
I have to say, I didn't even see it.
Hope there was spin on that disc.
Yeah. It was nice. Well done, Victoria.
Yeah, looking very chilly with the disc.
Yeah, they've got some big blocks in that point. Got the disc back, and finally that blade would have been a very tough throw. Again, we'll get to have another look at it here. A lot of control on it. Yeah, it's coming straight down. Boom, that would have been hitting the chest pretty hard, I imagine. We're looking for that little pass. It's deciding it's in. Take a step back, and then
unfortunately, looks like just a little confusion from those ACT players out there to keep playing defense. And
they were in the right spot when they were discussing the call, and then they moved away once they realised he wasn't in.
That's right. So, Chris, you've had a lot of coaching experience. If your team was ACT down 4-0 right now, what would you do?
Well, look, I think they've tried a couple of things already. They tried to pass it around a bit, and then they've tried to throw some riskier throws and go with a bit of luck. A bit of luck worked. They got it right down to their end zone. They just didn't quite have the composure near the end zone. So I guess that's the thing. When you get near the end zone, it's a special time, because when you're going upwind, you don't get the disc there a lot.
No.
When I say you've got to value it, and so that's the point where then you have to start playing low risk ultimate and look for those safe and composed throws into the end zone.
Absolutely. All right, Victoria up with that pull.
Big pull on Matthias again. It's rolled out the sideline again.
Looking to pick it up from that sideline. They'll want to centre it as soon as possible. The ACT player poached, but he doesn't quite get the disc off.
Well, partial hand block there.
Yes. Victoria must have seen that coming from a mile away and gets a hand on it.
Luckily, that fell into a pack of players, and the Victorian guy Fitter's come up with it.
All right, Victoria moving it up now. Again, closing in on the end zone.
And there's that composure near the end zone that Victoria have. Throw a nice open pass to someone making a hard cut.
Absolutely.
And they get the score.
Yeah, 5-0 to Victoria.
We might get another look at the attempted huck here and see I think someone jumps. I know we're going to look at the goal. So Yeah, nice open side throw and nice and looking around. There's an open side cut and an easy throw into the end zone. That was Liao throwing it to Beninka for the goal.
That's a great strong cut. It just says, I'm going to this cone. You've got to throw the disc to me.
There's someone with the disc. It's one of the best feelings when you see someone hard cut, they're open. Nice easy throw.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they ACT didn't try to centre at that time. They from the sideline just tried to huck it from there, and a Victorian player was in the lane, jumped up, got a piece of it. And then again, Victoria had a shot from over halfway at their end zone. Now they're up 5-0.
5-0 and still no timeout called.
No, there hasn't been timeout. You're right. We're 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
So happening reasonably quickly. That's a good point, Amy. It might be time to have a little bit of a chat about it.
Yeah, or a stern word if I was the coach.
Yeah.
Luckily I'm not, so no stern words here.
It's Chew with the pull. Downwinder, looks pretty big.
Quite a quick pull as well. That's coming out.
It was.
As,
lands out of bounds.
Yeah, all the way out.
CT will get to take this from the brick mark in the middle of the field. Be a good position. Yeah, it's been taken by Imogen Rayner. Oh, she's taken sideline. She hasn't, didn't call a brick. There you go.
Oh, no, and she turns it, but there looks like there's a call made.
So they've stopped play and sending it back to Rayner. Looks like the disc went out of bounds much closer to their end zone. She took it at the wrong spot.
No way, just attempting to get that disc back to the original position, but as you can see, the wind is just wreaking havoc.
Yeah, the tent almost flew up that they were sitting under then, Amy. So yeah, that was a big gust. Oh, and unfortunately a drop there by Blackburn. Couldn't quite hold on.
It was an attempt at centering the disc there, so I'll reward that.
Yes, that was good.
All right, and as quick zone put up by ACT and Victoria just, again, working through it.
Yes, that would have been a zone called on the line.
Yes.
So if we turn the disc over, let's set this up. And they've got a 3-person cup. Old school zone, makes the throw a bit hard. Pops over the first handler, but the second handler's there to back it up.
That's right, we've got quite a tall person on the mark, maybe hoping that his long wingspan will get them a hand block.
That's right. That's Kyla Blackburn. His sister's out there somewhere as well, I think.
Victoria quite close to the end zone now and continuing to work that disc.
Yeah. They're trapped. Oh, well done, Victoria.
There's another point on the scoreboard, 6-0 Victoria.
That was a great point by Christina Van. She was the one on this close sideline. She's reasonably short, and she's got Kyla Blackburn on the mark, who's reasonably tall, and they're trapping it to this downwind sideline, and she got 2 throws off there. Back to the middle of the field. Here's another one. Having a look at it. She gets it through there, so back into the middle. Once you're in the middle of the field, throwing that goal is much easier. So well done to Christina Van.
Yeah, great vision.
Great job on that downwind trap sideline. Good composure. And here you go, Amy. Got your wish. It's like I assume ACT have made their timeout call.
That's right. This will be good for the players to just get their composure back. Yeah. I expect the coach will say something like, "This is a new game. 0 all on the scoreboard. Let's go, boys and girls.
Let's reset. Let's start playing." We've got 2 groups with ACT. They've got the main player group there that we're looking at now, and over to the side is the coaches, Oscar Francis and Laura Emerson, and the captains, Kash Patel and Thea Osmond, having a chat about what they should do. Something about this ACT mixed team, Amy. They have 3 players out there who it is their first tournament ever.
Oh, that is excellent.
It's Imogen Rayner who picked the disc up off that last pull. She's one of them, so her first tournament. And they have 5 players who have played a little bit of Uni Ultimate since the start of the year, and so they've been playing less than a year. So a fairly inexperienced side, I would suggest.
Chris, I absolutely love that. You've got your people who have, it's their first tournament and they're picking up that disc off the pool. That's the best way to learn.
That's right. You've got to keep everyone involved in the game, and sometimes if you're a new player, you're maybe a little bit shy as well, don't want to do stuff, but when you're asked to do something, it does make you feel a part of the game. And,
absolutely.
Ooh, wind's picked up again.
Yeah, that's right.
We're both sitting here holding the tent down. Make sure it doesn't blow off. It's definitely a bit windier this afternoon, I think, than it was in the last time slot. Doesn't seem to have let up much at all.
Yeah, the first day of the tournament, there was almost perfect weather conditions. Almost had 0 wind, and the winds just picked up for the last few days. So hoping that the semi-finals and the grand final tomorrow won't be too affected by the wind, though it might make for a very exciting game if it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, what do you prefer, crosswind or a up-down wind to play in?
To play against? I don't really mind. Probably what I don't want is it too strong, because if a nice strong breeze is good, you can use the wind to your advantage with your throws. But once it's blowing a gale, it doesn't really matter. I remember playing a tournament in Wollongong, which was an up-down wind and blowing a gale, and basically couldn't score upwind, so it didn't make the game that much fun.
Wollongong is notorious for wind like that.
Yes, it is. Probably a bit stronger than it is today. Oh, there we go. Has another go. Big huck.
Good. ACT sending that huck up. It's coming slowly down now with one ACT player underneath, and it's just a couple of meters out.
I think it looked like it was going to land in for a while, and then it caught the wind and travelled over to the adjacent field. Yeah.
Luckily, since the disc travelled in the field before going out, it means that it will come back in actually not too far from where it went out.
Down the end that ACT wanted. So
that's good.
It was Joseph Curtis under the disc. I think he thought he was going to get a goal for a while, and then he just sat over his head.
You got to dream, Chris. You got to dream big.
That was a great bullet throw up the sideline there.
Great catch as well.
Yeah.
Victoria looking to continue that sideline work. They're really utilising the width of the field, and I love seeing that.
Yes. This is a kind of a zone that the that ACT are playing. I think they might be playing the one where the men are marking their players and the women are playing a zone.
Oh,
I think that's what they're doing, because the women are standing in the lanes.
That's
There's a woman on the open lane and the break lane making it hard, and the men are being chased by their defensive players. So I think that's what's happening.
That allows the women just to make sure that any in-cut and out-cut and deep cut are all covered by their players.
That's right, exactly. And there'll be someone standing deep to help out in case someone goes. It's like, whoa. And that throw snuck through there, and that's another goal.
Absolutely. ACT almost got an end zone block on that one. She just reached out a little more. Almost would have had that.
Yeah, it must have been very close to her fingertips.
Yeah.
Yep. Victoria Metro do seem to have a lot of confidence in their throws, and there were some very fine flicks and backhands there that were sharp, a lot of spin, easy to catch. Did very well breaking through this hybrid zone here that ACT were playing.
That's right. You can really see that their experience at the league is starting to pay off now. You got some gutsy throws through a couple of people, and they're still making those connections.
That's right, exactly. Exactly right.
So we are on 7-0, Victoria up.
Yeah.
Victoria is 1 point from taking half.
That's right. It's only 27 minutes into the game as well. So, yeah, they're doing very well, Victoria. ACT, they came out with a new plan then. They had their timeout and they came out with a different sort of zone look. It made Victoria throw more passes, I think, but Victoria were up to the challenge. They were able to complete those passes, and they did get another goal.
Yeah, it seems like Victoria's the sort of team who, even if you keep pressuring them on the passes, they're just happy to take their time and pass it around.
They do seem very, very comfortable throwing those low-risk throws.
And that pool just, again, sailing out almost onto the other field there.
That's right.
So ACT will be looking to take that from the brick mark.
Kyla Blackburn jogging back to the brick mark.
Vic setting up in a little zone look here. We've got one person downfield. We've got 4 people around the disc, or setting up around the disc.
It's very flat there, isn't it? The 4 people around the disc.
I wonder if they're trying to push it to the sideline.
Yes. Gets in Osman's hand.
Yep.
Osman and Blackburn swinging back and forth. Doing a good job.
That almost looks like an arrowhead zone. 1 person up ahead and 2 people on the left and right to stop that big huck coming up.
That's right. Oh, nice break mark there by Harding, and then gets thrown long. Oh,
and their deep defender just has a head or two above their deepest receiver.
That's right. And it's Riley Wood again. I think he's taken a couple of those this match. Just through the hands there in the middle of the field. So ACT have a bit closer now to their end zone. They have a shot at trying to score from over halfway.
A second chance at this offensive play, and a first chance at putting a point on the scoreboard.
That's right. Osman with the disc looks reasonably comfortable. Not much happening downfield for those, so she swings it over to Blackburn.
It'd be good to see ACT continue just to exploit what Vic's giving them, and as they try to, they've just dropped it. And
it's unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, it was the right throw, and Harding just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Oh yes, and a big huck coming down, and a big defensive block from Vic. I'm sorry, an ACT player. ACT moving that disc up again.
Well, the wind's picked up again, I think, Amy, if that's possible. It seems to have happened. But ACT are trying to move it. Oh, that one's popped up in the air.
There's a risk of a Callahan here, and it's just gone back into the end zone.
Blackburn looks like he could have almost tried to catch that himself if he was allowed to, which he's not.
Right.
Unfortunately, can't catch your own throws, so he had to let it land.
It has to be tipped or touched by another player before you do. Isn't
That's
that
right.
Oh,
Things are blowing away on the desk here.
plus our pencil case.
Kylie Thatch is picking this up. She's the one who put up the big throw moments ago. She's picked it up again, tries the inside-out flick. It's a bit too hard downwind. It gets pushed straight into the ground.
That's right,
and able to
straight
connect.
to the turf.
Yep. And Blackburn picks it up again. He's probably a bit sick of the wind, but he's giving it another go.
Oh, good on him. You know,
Yep,
when
yep.
you're playing into conditions like these, you've just got to suck it up. And
Yep.
after every bad throw, you're going to have a good throw, so you just keep throwing.
That's right. It's, the conditions are hard for everybody, and he's doing his best. He's doing a great job.
That's right.
Yep. Osmond, Blackburn, and Harding in the backfield, keeping possession of the disc.
Yeah, ACT will need to start making some meters if they're not going to be too stuck in their own end zone again.
Great throw there by Osmond. She had a little bit of zip on it, and it went all the way across the field, gave them an opening. And we got a downfield pass. Is he in? No, he's not in. He's out of bounds when he caught that. That's a shame.
Yeah, it would have been a good pass down that sideline.
Yep, got a bit of sideways movement, but it made a bit of ground. Anyway, Kylie Thatch picking it up again.
Love to see some more big hucks from Thatch.
Yeah, there's a shot.
She's looking, she throws it.
Zippy throw. Oh, just over the top of two receivers.
That's right.
Gee, they both got very close to that one.
I know, saw their fingers brushing that disc.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of zip on that one. That was a good one.
Pushed by the wind as well, wouldn't have helped.
That's right. And this ain't going to float slowly going in that direction.
That's the right thing to do. You always want to position yourself at the back of the end zone to pick up those scraps, though.
Yep, there's someone there. And we're back to the start of the point again. Seen this before.
That's right.
Unfortunately, the ACT poppers are not being overly effective, so the handlers are having to do a lot of work sideways throwing, and they're not getting many shots to get it through. So that the Victorian zone is very close together. There is definitely not much room in the middle there, is there?
No, not at all. They'll have to keep swinging to the sidelines. And that big put up just goes over the top of an ACT receiver's head. And
yeah, Taylor's very tall, but he jumped.
The disc
just popped up, didn't it?
The disc was taller.
That's right, just a bit too tall. Here's Wood picking it up again, and this is his sideline.
They're being very patient. But I tell you what, if I was on this sideline in this game, I would have just hucked that straight to the end zone.
That putting a bit of outside in on that throw, it's just going to get pushed straight to the ground every time. It's a very difficult throw. You have to be pretty accurate and not quite up to the challenge that time. ACT get it back.
What will help ACT is if those poppers just come a little closer, if those handlers start making a lot more active movements.
That's right, exactly. Thea Osmond just couldn't quite get to that one. And Victoria have the disc again.
I say this is our longest point yet.
I would say so. It's lots of turnovers, haven't been counting, but definitely had multiple shots each team. Kylie Thatch picking up again. This time she's on the downwind sideline. See what she does. See if she tries the outside in or whether she's just going to put it to the end zone. There you go.
Absolutely does put it. And it almost connects with a Victoria player.
Very hard to read those ones. They're floating around, dropping quickly.
That's right, that's right.
This time Osmond picks it up in the central roll. Give Blackburn a break.
Again, that Vic zone's putting a lot of pressure on those handlers.
Right. It's interesting, the backhand upwind has looked pretty solid. It's the one where they're trying to work it down this sideline. That's the hard one. They're getting it across to there, but there's nothing on that sideline. That's where they want to be getting it down. Oh, doesn't quite make it.
Season opening, and yeah, unfortunately not able to connect. Victoria picks it up and is looking in the end zone. Doesn't quite get there, looking for a dump now.
He's reluctant to throw it sideways. And there we go. And a goal. It is a goal.
There you go.
Yep, connects. That was Wood throwing another goal.
A couple of quiet goals this
Yeah, not a lot of celebration. It's hard to tell. And that is half, Amy.
Oh my goodness.
8-0.
We are at half, 8-0 indeed. ACT are really going to have to try something different in this game if they want to have any chance of catching up to Victoria.
That's right. That is the case. We
got a little replay here of the
goal. It's
right.
Wood, and there's not much in front of him. Not much, and all of a sudden, there's a big space. And the Victorian player runs into it, catches the goal.
Good ability to
like
transition from a forehand to a backhand really quick.
Indeed, and he learnt from his previous backhand, which dropped very quickly. Put a bit more pop on this one, popped up, and there was Elbaugh who just slotted into that space that opened up. Insaw, yeah, a lot more spin, keeps it up. And there's a goal, and you're right, not much excitement, but definitely a goal. Okay, we're going to go into take a break now for about 5 minutes while it's half time. So we'll be back then.
Absolutely. See you all later.
And welcome back to the Dickson Fields in Canberra on a windy afternoon for our mixed game at the Australian Under-22 Championships. We have Victorian Metro versus ACT mixed. The score at half time is 8-0. Amy?
Yeah, sure is. Victoria have taken a very quiet and disciplined lead to this game. Chris, I just want to share with you a wish list that I have for this game. Can I go ahead and do that?
Yeah, please, go for it.
I want to see some huge layouts in this wind. I think that people bidding for those scraps, it's just the right time to do it. I want to see some huge hucks, and we've seen that from some of the VIC female handlers. And I'd love just to see ACT put a point on the scoreboard.
That would be fantastic to have ACT score, and yeah, the other two as well. That would be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be some opportunities, you think, for some big throws and some big grabs.
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
wind this blustery, doing all sorts of crazy things.
We've got ACT starting
We're
the
underway.
pool, and Victoria have a downwind offensive point. I mean, it should be, well, relatively more easy for them to score this. Vic hit that open spot against the ACT zone. On the sideline now.
Here's a sort of a bit of an older style 3-person cup. That's a great throw through the cup.
Excellent threading of the needle.
That's right.
Vic brings down a little floaty disc, continuing just to attack, and brought down by a ACT player.
That's a block by Imogen Rayner, first tournament, maybe her first block, who knows?
How good is that little slap of the hand, and she brings the disc down.
That's right, she did very well.
Oh, we've seen this before, Chris, haven't we?
We have. This is Osmond and Blackburn again at the back. Oh, disc has hit the ground. Was
just, so unfortunate.
Little block on that one, was it, or a drop?
Couldn't quite get onto that disc.
Yeah. Those at home, the wind is really strong. Makes it very hard to catch. The disc is moving all over the place.
That's right. Vic tries to grab that disc with their neck. But
yeah, exactly. You thought it was going to the hand at the last minute, tried to adjust a bit too late. And throwing upwind as ACT are, it's always a struggle. Thea Osmond's backhand across fields have been very good. Oh, and there's Harding putting up a big one. Putting up a big one to Taylor. Taylor was going to let it go, but decided not to.
If you got to pick people in the end zone, I say just let her rip.
That's right. I feel like Harding is the guy who wants to do it, so he might do it again.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, and another body block.
Yeah, it was. That's our second body block of the game. That was Christina Van that time.
That's 2 body blocks for Victoria. I wonder if they're practicing in the league.
Maybe they do practice it. Christina Van's picking it up on the downwind sideline. ACT with the trap zone. That is amazing. 3 ACT players got within finger widths of that, and they didn't quite get it, and Ryan Chu has caught a goal.
Oh, imagine being able to pick that one out of the air after sailing above 3 defenders.
I think it went over someone's arm, and then I can't work out how it got past the second. I think that was the tall person jumped over, and then Thea Osmond has just missed it as well. You see the girl in front of the disc here, her arm's out.
Oh, she's ready for that.
And I think it goes there and just side past him, and then Osmond jumps just over her head.
Osmond looks close.
She was very close, and Chu can't believe his luck, and he's standing in the end zone and catches a pancake for a goal.
I am starting to feel the frustration of ACT. Imagine being that close to getting a block in the air, and you just can't quite make it.
I cannot see any distance between the disc and the hands in that replay. I don't know how it got through. That was amazing. A great bid by Thea Osmond.
That's right.
Up there, she went up, put her body on the line a little bit.
As long as ACT just keep trying really hard and keep just trying to push themselves, I think they'll get a few points on this scoreboard.
Now, looks like ACT have a downwind offense. They've got different lines for the downwind offense. I think they're playing a downwind and upwind line rather than an O&D line. Because I don't remember seeing Harding, Blackburn and Osmond handling going in this direction that they're going now at all, do you? So I think that might be the case.
Very good. Change the strat a little, you know. If what you're doing isn't working, then it's time for a shake-up.
Maybe mix up the lines or something. I'm not sure. I can't imagine that line was particularly tired. Might be worth giving them a go downwind.
I sure have played some terrible O&D lines where the D-line just gets smashed.
Yeah, and no one's willing to change.
No one wants to change.
Right. A good pull by Matthias. Great throw there by Saskia Blackburn to her captain Patel. He's letting it go. He was looking for it.
That disc goes up and it's coming down. It's picked up. ACT still hold possession.
The high-risk throw, and Wagner takes the catch.
Again.
Great bid there by the Victorian player.
Well, they really want to get this one in. And that was almost a one-handed catch.
McLeod tried so hard through the break throw, and Patel couldn't quite catch it for their first point. So close.
All right, they really got to switch on D now if they want to block. Wind's just died down.
It has. There is no wind right now. That is amazing. And you can see the disc floating lovely in front of Henriksen, and he caught it easily.
Absolutely. Victoria want to punch this in real quick before the wind comes up again.
That's right. Oh, unfortunate drop in the middle there.
Yeah,
two players going for the same disc, I think.
That's right.
And the Hennessey's couldn't quite hold on to it. Oh, Saskia Blackburn to Patel again, and another huck. This is a repeat of the last play.
Oh,
but
straight to no one.
Yeah, I think his Wagner was going long, and he just turned under as the throw went up. So tried the same play two in a row now. One came off, one didn't.
That's right, that's right. We really we're seeing a few misconnections here with the ACT team. That's just the small difference between them and Victoria.
That's right. Saskia Blackburn, who's picked up the disc twice now and completed those passes to her captain Patel. She's 14 years of age. 14,
Chris.
Playing in an under-22 tournament.
Jeez,
so
she's got miles of years
Yeah,
on
exactly.
her.
She's doing very well. She's and great throws, and she's not the least experienced on the team either. So there you go. Oh, great catch. Toes are close.
Toes are close.
The sideline saying she's on the line. They're all pointing at the line.
It's a lot of pointing in different directions. No one really understands where they're pointing.
The Victoria Metro's own player has said she was out of bounds.
Very good spirit there,
good
Chris.
by Thomas Walters. That's right. He's saying you were on the line, so you have to give it up. So
fair-minded. That's why we play the game.
That's right. You can see there that her toe was close. There's Blackburn to Patel again. Three-peat on that throw. Patel decided to throw a safer throw this time rather than huck it. They're nice and close to the end zone. There's Blackburn, 14-year-old. Is she going to get it just past her outstretched hand?
It's a good, good look, good throw, good positioning, and good space, but just can't connect.
That's good. That's right. And they're trying to use their skills there to get that one in rather than just go for the high risk throw. So I applaud that. And if they keep doing that, they had an open throw, an open pass. They'll connect on one of those soon.
That's right. And I've got to say, the high risk throws have been coming off for ACT.
They have caught a couple, haven't they? Yeah.
Sometimes in a game like this, you've just got to go for a high risk throw.
That's right.
There's
another one.
High
this
risk.
time she's well in. Well, and that's
right,
Hannah Sears, and she's not towing the line this time, and they keep playing.
Dumps it off, wants to get another one, and is just
ambitious throw by Thomas Walters. Then
that's right, not as fast.
No,
as
she
the
looks
disc.
pretty fast, Hannah Sears, but not that fast.
You've got one ACT player streaking downfield, but that just doesn't come off.
So McLeod's keeping possession. Swing it over to Patel. Patel's.
Yeah, making some meters. This is good.
Yeah, he's got it through to Sophie O'Meara's got the disc in the middle. Patel makes a good cut, and then he launches it, but it's going to get deep midfield. Oh, pops up, but out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Patel has had a few shots at on the hucks this point. It's probably his designated role, so he's probably quite entitled to do it.
That is an excellent role to have.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice role to have. He's completed one, and he's got close with a couple. So
that's good. Little inside to closer to the center of the field.
Oh, nice catch there.
Catches with her face and still gets it. Vic retain possession. Less wind now again.
Yeah, it does seem to have died down a bit.
Yeah, you can see in the throws.
Yeah, that throw there set up nicely for Henriksen. Nice inside out throw. Oh, just through the hands of Vanessa Chan there. Couldn't quite hold on. It is basically still now, right?
Yeah.
There is no wind at all. ACT running to the frisbee. Let's play now while there's no wind that we need. So I'm pretty impressed that I think this is Saskia Blackburn again, the 14-year-old, sorry, is the one picking up the frisbee and responsible for making that first throw. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's so excellent. And ACT again have just not been able to connect that disc, and we've got Vic picking up possession.
Yeah, they're probably only about 10 or 15 metres out, aren't they?
Might be
There's
another
Walters.
Great. Quiet little catch.
Oh, is that a greatest attempt? I think that was.
Let's have a look at the replay.
It's floating. It looks like it's a great throw, but
I
think she was a greatest attempt. I think she was thinking she was close to the line.
And if only someone was
tried to
behind
mack
her.
it back in, yeah.
All right, ACT trying to get that disc off, just doesn't quite get there again.
McLeod just overcooks it a little bit on the downwind throw.
Victoria sending a big one into the end zone. It's getting into the hands of a big player.
That's right. That's Matthias with the catch. That's a great throw by Walters. That is across the wind with an outside in. A lot of control right into the hands.
That's right.
And they're excited. There's some excitement.
A little jump and we're up 10-0 to Victoria.
Yeah. This is a really hard throw. That wind is blowing straight across the trajectory of the disc. That's going to push it down. So he's got a lot of spin, a lot of power, and it falls nicely into the hands of Matthias there.
Absolutely. Any change in that wind and that disc would have picked it up and gone straight out of the field.
Yep, well done, Victoria. So we still haven't got, we've got one of your wishes, I think, Amy. There's been some big throws come up.
That's right.
Haven't quite seen a layout block, and unfortunately for ACT Mixed, they still haven't got a point on the board.
Look, I'll be a very, very happy girl if I get to see 2 of those in 1 point.
That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? So the ACT Upwind team is back on the field. Thea Osmond's on that line. Those who don't know Thea Osmond, she is Canberra royalty. She's in the lineage from Leon Smith and Helen Osmond, who have been involved with Ultimate in Canberra for well over 20 years, probably 25 years, maybe more. And she's, yeah, they've been playing that long, and she was born into Ultimate, and now here she is as the captain. I think she's only 17, captain of the under-22 team. So
my goodness, that's a lot of pressure to have for Her Royal Highness. I'm expecting some excellent things.
It is, but she's look, she's still catching the pulls like she just did there, and
that ball was coming in pretty hard, wasn't it?
She did not shy away from it, and like I said, her crossfield backhand into the wind has been superb all game. So
just like there's no wind for her, really.
Exactly right.
We've got a little zoney poacher look, a zoney look from Vic, and oh, that zone does pay off with a big hand block.
Yeah, and the disc has travelled back into the end zone, so Victoria have to walk it out, and they'll have a shot from right on their end zone line.
ACT will have to play, you know, lay it all on the field defense right now if they want to stop them from scoring, and unfortunately, or fortunately, Vic have just notched up their 11th point of the game.
So that was a pretty short pass, but that's pretty easy in the end as well, from a cut from behind the disc, was it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a look at the replay.
We've got the disc being picked up.
Yeah, walks it out. Yeah, and the handler from behind the disc. Oh, the ACT defensive player just gets caught out of position.
How good is that little sneaky walking, and then you just go full speed ahead, running into the end zone.
Perfect timing by the Victorian goal catcher there.
Very good. And that's really the sort of throw that you make with people you've played before, right? You just need eyes on the back of your head, and if you've played with them before, you don't need those eyes on the back of the head to know when your handler's going to cut down the line.
But sometimes you can just hear it, or even a little one word is enough to let you know what's going to happen. And
I'm open!
Maybe the 3 months of league play that the Victorian Metro have played at Albert Park League in Melbourne, maybe that's paying off for them right now.
Absolutely.
Speaking to Simon Talbot, the coach again, the pathway, this is a pathway team. They're trying to get people in here who haven't played much club level, so they play, they get them from uni, they come and they play this tournament, and then hopefully they can play at club level after that. They've had, previous to the team being selected, they only had 4 players who had been selected to a club team for club nationals, and now they have 16 from this team playing at clubs for this season. So that's pathway seems to be working for them.
Absolutely, and that disc slowly sails down and is out of bounds. Handler putting their hand up to indicate that he will be taking it from the brick mark.
This is a good central position for the ACT. They've been taking a lot of their hucks from the sidelines, but now here they've got it in the centre from the brick. Bit of match D as well, so there is a chance for a big shot. Let's see what happens.
Doesn't take the big shots and looks for a little handler weave. Looks like ACT's just getting a little stuck with that as well. Not many options downfield he can throw to. Gets it off, and ACT retains after a little fumble.
That's right, Curtis bobbles, but he catches it again, follows it up. Oh, great. Great bit there by Matthias. He chased McLeod down. That's and got a hand in there, I think.
That's right. Sometimes it just takes a hand or a finger to make that disc go straight to the ground.
Oh, miscommunication.
Yeah.
So about the first one we've seen between the Victorian handlers, I think. Yeah.
They want to capitalize on this turn.
Yep.
Looking for it, doesn't throw it.
Oh, his hammer was up there for a while, wasn't it?
Sure
was. There he goes anyway, to the end zone. That's floating nicely, but
no one running after that.
No one there.
No, couldn't quite get there.
Well, we have a stall out called, I think. Yeah, there's a stall called, and it's uncontested by Patel.
Which means that Yeah, the store count went up to the T of 10, which indicates that that's really all the time you have to throw the disc, Chris.
That's right, yeah, exactly, which is probably why he put up that throw. He had to do something, but he didn't get it off quite fast enough, and the disc comes back to the point of where the throw is released, which is the same for ACT, because now Victoria only have half a field to work it up instead of the full field.
There you go. Victoria looked pretty comfortable scoring that upwind point now as well.
Oh, Matthias, he got great body position there, but I think a bit close to the line, and he was too worried about it. Couldn't quite get his fingertips on it.
Another chance for ACT to capitalise on this turn now. We've got a couple of players streaking outfield, and now up it goes, and the disc is slowly coming down. We've got two receivers in the end zone. It just goes too far.
Curtis looked like he had a good run at it, but Shaq just had the position and halted his run. So well done by the Victorian defender there.
Yeah, even if you don't have the legs, it can be just as effective to box your player out and get position on them.
That's right, did a great job.
So Victoria 4 points out from taking this game.
Yeah, they found it a bit harder this point. There's been a lot more turnovers than there has been previously.
And interestingly enough, less wind.
Does seem to be a little less wind. Walters tries a crossfield hammer, a little bit ambitious, unable to be caught by Catherine Butchart. Well, Blackburn with the throw down the line, not able to quite be caught by Wagner again, so 2 turnovers in quick succession.
That's right, and Victoria starting again with the disc. This time a little further away from the end zone they're shooting towards. Suspect they're and he goes up for a big one, and in little flick into the end zone.
Oh.
Catches it, is not quite in. Looking for his receiver. Looking is patient, and that patience does pay off.
That's great. Great patience by Lewis Fitter. He found Hannah Sears in the end zone. Pivoted a few times just to make the mark move around a bit. And nice, easy throw. That was, he started his cut pretty early from Matthias then, didn't he? Matthias, I think they always knew they were going to be throwing that, and that's a pretty good upwind huck by Matthias.
That was just smooth and very straight. Let's have another look.
Here it comes, up in the air. And Fitter's a lot bigger there than the person marking him.
That's right. Tries to jump it in. It's a little far out.
Quite get it. Yeah, look at that pivot to one side,
That's
makes
right.
the defender run across. Pivots again to that side. The defender's all over the place.
I
and
know.
Then, that's great pivoting by Fitter there.
Very good pivoting.
And
You must hold that force.
Here's Sears on this sideline. She ends up catching the goal, so she's made a good run as well, hasn't she?
That's great. She's just not stopped running in that end zone, even when being looked off, because you know she's thinking, I'm going to get this disc.
Yeah, there it is. Timeout, I would assume, by ACT. We're looking at the Victorian huddle now. Not sure they have a lot to talk about, Victoria.
No, I suspect their coach is just going to tell them to keep working hard, keep doing what they're doing.
And the ACT huddle is nice and close, arms around the backs.
That's right. It's important to get around each other as teammates in a time like this.
Not sure what the strategy will be from ACT, but they obviously they won't want to be beaten 15-0 in this game, so they'll be trying desperately to get that point on the board.
ACT will come down on offense at this point.
Yes, upwind offense, and they've got their upwind team going back on again.
Yeah, you can tell with the very tall boys.
Yeah, 3 tall boys.
Yep.
And Theo Osmond, is Osmond going to be off? No, Osmond is off, so a slightly different look, but it says this is a 4-min point, this one, so.
Be good to see them utilise their downfield receivers more.
Yeah, they did seem to get stuck throwing it sideways without much support from them. They don't seem to be able to break through that Victorian zone.
I suspect the Victorian zone will come down again as well in this point.
I would think so. They seem well practiced, and it's working a treat, so you can't see any reason why they would stop.
All right, a hand goes up from ACT. Victoria sending that pull across. Floats a little. And
is that landing or out?
Lands. They're just making a decision. The hand goes up.
Harding's picked it up and going for the brick. I'm not sure he wanted to pick that up, but he has. So.
Well, he's stuck with the frisbee now.
Yep. We've got Lauren Shakespeare in Thea Osmond's normal spot as the other handler on this close sideline.
I wonder if...
about to get it now.
Yeah, I wonder if ACT will benefit from a more aggressive 4-person handler positioning.
I feel like with so many Victorian players close to the disc, like clogging up that space, having 4 handlers wide, 3 quick passes, they'll be much safer because they'll be a shorter distance. They'll be able to get across quick and then maybe get that sideline off before the wing gets across there.
Very true.
Saying that, they've turned over on that far sideline with the throw up the side, and the wing was able to step across and get a block on it.
Yeah, we've got a ACT zone set up, trapping on that sideline.
3-person cup again.
A hammer coming across the top.
Hammer from Wood to Chan, very nice, and make a bit of ground because of how quickly they got it across the field.
That's right, Victoria taking their time now just to look at their options and where's she going to throw it? Where's that disc going to go so that it sails into the end zone?
Bit of a call here. Violation signalled by the, not sure what that was, maybe a travel or something.
Victoria very close to the end zone now.
That's a great break swing pass, isn't it?
Looking to get it in. Oh,
Big hammer.
hammers across.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Well, you know a team's comfortable with their position on the scoreboard and their players when they start hammering into the end zone.
That's right, Rain Chu saw the throw. And that was not your normal hammer either. It was normally the receiver would be running across the back of the end zone, but he was running from the front of the end zone towards the back,
right.
So it was bending away from him as it was curling in the air.
And that's right, very quick reaction to I guess the wind also bringing that hammer.
Yeah, it is.
Across.
Yeah, nice easy catching there next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's Declan Enser with another goal. You've called his name a few times. So.
Very good. 13-0 to Victoria.
This could be ACT's last downwind shot at getting a goal. So, come on, ACT.
Come on, ACT. Give us a big huck into the end zone.
Yeah.
Give me a layout grab.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
All right, have we got any big throws on the line, Chris?
Well, their captain, Kash Patel, is the one who's been sending it, and he's out there, so he might have another shot again.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to put $5 on Patel sending it deep.
Yeah, who do you think is going to catch it? Who's going to be the person going for it this time?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. Well,
I think Benjamin Curtis has been his target, and he seems to be out there as well. So
very good.
Let's see if it's Patel to Curtis.
Patel to Curtis.
That's
calling
a call.
it for the
We're
point.
predicting what's going to happen.
That's right. Patel looks to be hanging back a little to pick up that pull.
Yeah. Yep. He does. Swings it to Blackburn.
Very good.
Yeah, nice down the line. Oh, it's Wagner.
And a
there
big shot goes up. Where's Curtis?
Oh!
Not there! She almost.
Yeah.
Oh, her
That
body
was so
language
good.
is saying she was going to go for the scraps. And
Yeah, she came, Rebecca Heisman that is, she came back under to try and make a contest. If she'd actually just kept running, it might have popped into her hands.
That's right. You really never know with the wind, Chris. You don't.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I think I owe you $5.
Yeah, not quite the way it was. We thought it would happen, but still. Throw did come up. Oh, nice little block. Yes, it is.
Yeah, easy block. You just
Yeah.
had to stand there and stick an arm out.
Wagner must have been hiding behind the big body of Lewis Fitter and stepped around, got the little block. Here's Patel. He's looking for it. The captain. It's his responsibility. Can he get that goal there? He's not going to get in that open side. There are people everywhere. Hand block, I think, by Matthias. Yeah.
Matthias must have just read that easily.
Yeah, one of the Victorian defenders was camped in the lane there as well. He's never going to get a goal in that corner, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, needed to get it across field, I think.
Vic going out. We're looking for a flick huck.
Yeah.
Sailing.
I don't think that was ever in. No, it's not. Patel on the mark is pointing at the line. Disc was never in. So, who's picking it up?
As we know, if the disc does not sail back into the field, it goes back to the point where it came out.
Yep. It looks like Patel is going to be the one who's picking it up again.
We're about 5 meters out for the end zone. This might be it, Chris. This might be ACT's first point.
He was hand blocked last time in this position. Oh, but here.
Oh, and ACT have just scored their first point, and there's a little trepidation about whether the point is valid or not.
He did slide after as he caught it. Gee, that was pretty close. Let's have a good look at this replay. Oh no, that's a bit late. That's after the goal. Wait, having a chat.
And the game advisor's coming in too.
Holly Helford-Smith, game advisor, coming in to listen to what's happening. Game advisors are there to offer their opinion if they have a good look and explain the rules if needed, but it's still up to the players to make the call. Looking at the replay now, Patel's picked it up. There's no one camped in the lane this time. A great cut by Wagner. He stepped. Oh, gee, that is pretty tight, huh?
That's just very hard to tell.
Cannot tell from that replay, and Victoria have said, live action, Victoria have said it is a goal.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, there is a goal. We'll have another look at the replay. Might get a better look here. Great cut by Wagner. I reckon that was in. I reckon he slid onto the line after, I reckon. So I think it all worked out well. And there you go, Amy. ACT, look at that, there's a little one just popped up on the scoreboard.
That's right, Chris, this has come early. ACT have finally notched up a score after 13 scorching hard upwind, downwind points. We are on 13-1 Victoria.
Well done, ACT. That makes us all very happy.
That'll make ACT happy too.
Will, yeah, and yeah, Patel did very well. He tried it the first time, got hand blocked. Second time, made sure of the throw, and it was a great cut by Wagner.
Yeah, that's what we call resilience and discipline.
That's right. Well, here we go, see if they can get another one.
Do you know what? I think you only need what are we looking at? 14 points until we until ACT take it over Vic. So this might be the beginning of the comeback.
Look, if that happens, that would be amazing. I'm not holding my breath, Amy. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Girl can dream big.
That's right. Lachlan McLeod's got the disc. He looks like he's about to pull. Oh, we've got the wrong gender makeup on the line by ACT. So Patel has gone off, and a female player, I can't quite catch her number, has gone on. Dana Warnock, it looks like.
Yeah, this is the first time, well, maybe second time ACT have come up with the pull.
That's right, yeah, the second time for the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Have to start playing defense now.
We'll see how Victoria go with their confident throwing. Oh.
Yeah, confident throw, but just not quite the right one.
That couldn't quite connect, and now ACT have another shot. Saskia Blackburn to pick up the disc. Victoria have set up a zone with 3 women in the cup.
That's right, she'll want to get that off the sideline. And
Blackburn couldn't quite connect with McLeod. He just started moving towards her as she threw it, I think, and a bit of miscommunication.
Victoria now looking to notch up a 14th point on the scoreboard, running towards the disc.
And ACT are playing match. Oh, no one's marked. Oh, well done.
No, very good. She was just in the right position, sticks out an arm.
Rebecca Heisman gets the block. It didn't look like anyone was marking Vanessa Gann then. She was sneaking down the sideline, and Wood tried to get it to her, but just floated a bit too much, and Heisman was able to get in there and get a block. Blackburn again picking up the disc.
Victoria back with a little zoney look.
Yeah, they got the 3 women in the cup again. And it is a sideline trap cup with one person on the mark forcing sideline and a little cup trying to force it back.
ACT just moving that disc.
Yeah, throwing it back to Blackburn in that tough spot. McLeod not worrying about her at all. You're going to get it back. Wind has stopped a bit though, Amy. It does seem to be a little bit quieter here at the moment.
Unfortunately, ACT just moving that disc back and forth have dropped it again quite close to their own end zone.
That's a shame. They seem to be doing quite well.
Yeah, and with this no wind or less wind, I think Victoria will be wanting to put it in quite quickly.
Yes, they should be able to do that. This is Julia McRae picking up the disc, left-hander.
Yeah, she's got end zone eyes.
Big pivots, throws. Oh, didn't quite make it. So Curtis stepped in there for a block on Gann. That would have been quite a good throw as left-hander. She's got her left pivot foot way out of the field, which gives her that. Yeah, a lot of angle, huh?
Oh, so much reach.
Especially with the wide backhand pivot as well. She made a mark move across, and then she had all the time in the world. Oh, bad luck. Blackburn tries to pierce that wall, that cup, to Heisman.
And that pressure's just a bit much.
Yep.
All right, Victoria, another chance at scoring.
Stats picked up the frisbee. Oh, hand block there by Blackburn.
Oh, well done. And that frisbee sails right down to the ground. And we've got a big wind-up here and a big throw
looks like it's
by ACT.
Oh. Wagner's trying to read it. Woods read it a little bit better, unfortunately.
Yeah, it comes straight back.
Yep. Oh, bubble. Great catch in the end.
Dangerous
yeah.
And a very confident one-handed catch.
Yeah, Julie McRae's not scared.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Wood pops it over the top to Enser again. Yeah, this wind is much gentler now, allows for those little throws to be popped up and without the fear of them being blown away.
That's right. Victoria's really loving this sideline as well.
Yeah. Julie McRae's been heavily involved in this point now. She's been involved in this sideline play.
Oh, tries to get that little inside flick and it just tumbles straight to the ground.
Yeah, not sure if McLeod got a block on that, but
we've got a very quick ACT player running downfield. They just don't get that big huck off.
No.
Swinging to the sideline might give them a bit of reprieve.
Oh.
Oh, and just...
Wood blocked it with his head. Another body block, we'll call that. He was looking at the disc this time, though, unlike the previous one.
That's right.
ACT have set up with a zone, and they've got Heisman playing deep in that zone. Oh, here we go, McLeod's.
Yes, another big one going up. And
I think he's a bit ambitious, so I don't think Wagner had started cutting before he threw it then.
It's a handler-initiated movement.
Definitely, yes. That's exactly what that was.
That's
but
right.
they're right down in their end zone now, and Victoria trying to get it out of there.
Yeah, I think this is the first time they've been that far back.
Yeah, yep, that's right. Wood's taking his time. He's picking the disc up slowly.
ACT will want to get a big block here to make their own lives a bit easier.
So this is a bit of a zone look here, because there's this is the I think the men are marking match D, and the 3 women are playing zone. 4 women are playing zone. There's Warnock was in the lane. They hucked it over her, and Heisman's standing there deep, making sure that any hucks that come up, she's there to field, which she did again.
That's right. Stops the disc from moving too far down the field.
Yeah. So when they have these lines that have the different gender makeup, so this one here is a 4 women and 3 men, the zones that come out can always be a little bit inventive, can't they?
That's right.
This here we've got the women in the cup. Oh wow, someone has snuck, Warnock has snuck down the back, but the throw is unable to connect with her, unfortunately. I didn't even see her sneak there. Did you see her down there? No,
that was very
all alone
sneaky.
in the end zone, and McLeod unfortunately couldn't hit her. I think Wood, who was sort of supposed to be deep, was like, who's he throwing to? Oh, there's someone there.
Yeah,
so,
my teammate.
So you see here that that Heisman is standing deep, so she's blocking all the space deep in that zone. You can't see her on screen. Warnock is in the lane, and Blackburn is on the. She's also in the lane, just a bit further infield.
That's right.
And they're marking space. They're not really marking players. And then,
and then she puts enough pressure on that disc for the Vic player to drop it.
Right, Sophie Amira jumping up and down, waving hands in the air, and the Victorian player couldn't hold on to it.
I wonder if we'll see another big one from ACT. Not quite.
Couldn't quite get it. Amira
player
couldn't quite hold on to that.
That's right. You go one player running in one direction, disc coming in another direction. Another big one from Vic.
Yeah, Kylie Thatch puts it up. Well, don't know that was ever in either, so right back here at halfway.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got the Vic coach indicating where the disc is coming out, and that's exactly where it was thrown from.
Yeah, that's right. Nice spirit by Simon Talbot, Victorian coach, making sure his players know where it should be as well.
Very good. That's why we love the game.
That's right.
All right, ACT again. Oh, big swing, and it does pay
great catch
off.
by Curtis. He's got that one.
Excellent.
Oh, wow. Did that make it? Did make the distance. There we go.
There we go.
Not a lot of spin on that throw, but it made it to Blackburn.
There's some good hands there.
Yep.
They're continuing to swing the disc, yet they are losing a bit of ground.
Losing quite a lot of ground. Curtis makes another good catch. That's a better throw. McLeod this time.
It's good. Handlers working hard.
Couldn't quite get it through though, McLeod. There you go, there's one. Oh, but like,
work hard.
Heisman, I thought I got her in the face, but it didn't. I think she was just a bit excited.
And there spicy disc.
And there she is, making the tracks back to the deepest player, as she has been for the whole point.
ACT are doing a great job in keeping the Vic women from catching that disc with their bracket zone look.
That's right, exactly. Making it hard. There we go.
There we go, catch
got
it
it
on
through.
the far
McRae
sideline.
again. Oh, looking for a cutter, no one's cutting. Oh, zips the lefty backhand across field, but unable to be caught, unfortunately.
Vic have got a few uncharacteristic drops in this point.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit, aren't they?
Starting to lose focus.
That's right. And it is near the end of the game, so everyone is probably a little bit tired, and it's trying conditions, so you're concentrating the whole time. It is hard to concentrate for 70 minutes or more.
Absolutely.
In this wind. Oh, that was almost a handoff there, but okay, counted as a pass.
Tries to get it up the sideline and just doesn't quite make it.
I'm not sure if Wood got a touch on that, so I'm not sure where he'll be taking it from. No, he didn't get a touch. It landed before he touched it, so it's going back to where the disc was released because it was never in.
That's right. If as a defender you touch the disc and it's out, you have to take it from the position that you've touched it at.
That's right, but it looks like he was lucky enough not to get a touch on it, and walking it all the way up to getting close to his end zone.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a distance to walk. Oh, there we go.
Warnock in the lane there. You can see her right in the lane. It's very hard for Wood to throw forwards there. Oh, but he's able to, and Rain Chew's taking a great grab. Gee, he's got some hops on him,
right.
Rain Chew, hasn't he? He's a little guy, and he gets up very high, and he looks like he's put his foot down. We'll have a look at the replay. He's up.
That's right. Looks like he almost comes down to straddle, but it has been called in by the ACT players.
So O'Meara has had a good play on this, and she's almost got it. It looks like his back foot did land first. So yeah,
have a firmly planted back foot in that end zone.
Another good call by the players.
Great. We are 14-1. Victoria have one more point to finish this game.
Yes, and ACT having one more downwinder to try and get another point on the board.
I don't think this is the great comeback that we were hoping for.
Not hoping for. It was close. Look, they made hard work of that point. They tried hard. They had a couple of shots up that end as well, up the end, trying to get into their end zone, but couldn't quite complete.
That's right. So if you were a coach and you know the opposition's 1 point away from scoring, what would you be saying right now?
You've got to. The main part about sport, I think, is that you're enjoying yourself. So at this stage of the game, that would be my main concern as a coach, just making sure that everyone's enjoying themselves and going out there having fun. Because you know, talking about a comeback at this stage of the game is probably not worth it. Just adds a bit of extra stress and a bit of extra pressure. So
absolutely.
You know, they've got a good shot at downwind though. Just in, you know, while you've got the downwind point, make the most of it and see if you can get another score on the board.
Great, have fun. That is that's the thing we do. That's why we come down here.
Now this is the ACT upwind line playing a downwind point. You can see them all there, the four giant boys that they have, and Thea Osmond.
Oh no, he just loses focus for a second and loses that disc on a downwind.
That's a shame, and all that throw's popped up. I think Osmond might have got a hand in there for that one.
It was definitely there to stop any other VIC player from catching that goal in the end zone.
That's right. Now I think this ACT upwind line, getting their shot at downwind, should embrace it and follow your wish list and just let's get someone running long. They're all about 6'6" it seems. So yeah, Thea's head cocking, wanting someone to go certain ways. Oh, that's a shame. Lauren Shakespeare couldn't quite hold on to it.
No, those undershots just not paying off at the moment.
Yeah, it's coming pretty fast when they're throwing with that wind. So
that's right. All right, we've got Vic now with the disc ready to finish this game, and they sure have.
Nice sharp throw by Walters to finish the game. About the same level of excitement as they've shown for most of the game.
Right.
Yeah, Lewis Fitter takes the winning catch. Well, there you go, 15-1 to Victoria Metro.
Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was a well-fought game. Victoria were probably their throws were much stronger in this win.
That's right.
I think. We'll have another look at the final throw. Walters comes to pick it up, and we'll see Fitter cutting across the back of the end zone. There he goes. Any
Couple
second.
of players making cuts now.
Yeah, and there it is.
Too easy.
Goal for the win. Yeah,
that's right.
Nice easy one. So, how'd you enjoy the game, Amy?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. So wanted to be here. Thanks for listening in, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, and that's the end of the coverage. Thank you.
TV.